Okay guys, so look, triangle footwork. We have many types of triangle footwork. And what I'm going to work on today specifically, as I'm putting the sticks around the floor just to kind of see it, I call this a complete triangle. I also call this male or advancing triangle with the point being at the top. This could easily be done inverted, or which is sometimes referred to as female triangle, with the point facing back. But for today, we're just going to focus on this kind of configuration. Now the other thing is, this could be done multiple ways, multiple directions. A lot of permutations that you can get out of this. But what I want to isolate is just this one specific sort of counterclockwise movement, or clockwise movement. But basically moving left, starting moving to my left first. So the way I look at it is this: we're going to start at the bottom right corner here, and we're moving across the base with our left foot, okay? Then we're kind of, this could be done again like a lot of things, a lot of variations and ways to do it, but I'm going to have you kind of specifically slide a little bit that right foot, then you step into that point, okay? Now look, when I bring the left foot to the right foot, I don't really want to have both feet together, right? If you need to do that while learning, okay, fine. But then I end up bouncing that right foot back, and I'm in my left lead. Then it starts over to my left, to my right, and then we want to try to get a quick exchange here, right? So that we're not really stuck with our feet together at any one time. 1, 2, 3, okay? So there's the rhythm, if you will, right? And this, again, is just one direction that I'm going to do today here. Okay, moving to my left, stepping to my right, then a quick exchange back to my right foot being back. Now with the sticks, what we like to do is a couple different ways, and this is what I think is the simpler one when you're doing double stick. And we're going to be working off that abecedario 4 count. If you haven't seen that in other videos, what this is simply an inward strike and a backhand strike with the right stick, inward and backhand with the left. We're going diagonal down and backhand diagonal down and backhand diagonal down. So what I try to get my students to feel, anyways, or what they try to coordinate, is that very first step combined with that very first inward strike, that power strike I'm calling it. Now that doesn't mean this can't be done all different directions. It doesn't mean I can't do it where I'm moving, the opposite way. But this is how I like to start it. Because you're also learning to A, hit off center line, and you're also learning to generate a lot of power by dropping into your opposite foot, right? So here's the way I like to practice this. So we go inward, okay? As I'm backhanding, I'm already stepping into that right lead. Now here's that tricky little part. What I like to feel here is that when I'm switching, I'm also just that same concept of settling into the opposite foot while we're getting our inward strike, in this case with my left hand. Now here's the other kind of funky part, is that my next backhand is in between beats. So I'm doing my inward here, right? As I'm backhanding, I'm setting up that big inward strike with the right hand and that big landing with the left. Here, inward, backhand, slash, inward, backhand, backhand, inward, backhand. See how I'm getting that, trying to get that combination, that combining of that back step with that big inward strike for my left strike, right? So 1. Then this little backhand here is almost like a jab into the cross. 1, 2, 3. So this is the feel. Inward, backhand with the step. Inward with that back step. Backhand to kind of replace, or kind of set up, I should say, my first inward strike. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. That's how I kind of feel that rhythm, right? Is that it's a big downbeat here, 2, 3, 4, here, right? So if I'll just give it a different angle, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So see how this could be interpreted a lot of different ways too, because your backhands could be almost like a sword and shield method. They're not just strikes maybe, but they could also be a check, right? So like a sword and shield method would be, if I got the shield in this hand, I'm using that shield to block, right, to set up my sword, or even a double sword method or double stick method, right? Is that I'm using my backhand to clear a line, right? Or maybe, it could be a shot or both, but then I'm setting up that big inward strike. And in this case, combining it with my back step to my right. Backhand here sets up that big inward strike here. 2, 3, okay? So here, one more different angle, just so you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There's that little, it helps to kind of, bring that left leg up a little bit, kind of add some theatrics, I guess, right? Here, big step, right? Bring it up, changing that rhythm, right? Or getting into the in-between beats of this rhythm, right? So that alone, guys, is great work. And what I always, for your coordination, what I always tell my students too is don't get too upset about losing the rhythm or losing that beat. Just keep going with it because, ultimately you're still learning some, I know we want to do things right for sure, but also just being able, just moving, right, different ways while keeping the sticks going is really excellent work for your whole body, right? So try that one first, and then we'll move on to a little bit more complicated stick pattern. Okay, so now, once you've graduated that, and who knows, maybe you'll find this part easier, but again, first it requires you to understand what we call heaven 6, right? The inward backhand, backhand, or forehand, backhand, backhand pattern. So if you don't have this down, this is going to be impossible. You need to first get this form down, which is a downward strike that goes across the body, tip up backhand strike that goes all the way out, then you jab that right stick and now you chamber on the left side. This is an inward strike, or you could call it a forehand strike, a backhand strike that goes all the way out, and a backhand strike that goes out and back and chambers. So we call that inward or forehand, backhand, backhand jab. And again, I'm utilizing those same angles that I was utilizing for my 4 count. We're going to take that triangle pattern, do the exact same thing, and we're going to try to feel the same power strike with our right hand on that lateral step, okay? And I probably say this too many times, this is not the only way to do this, it's just one way that I like to have my students do it. So if I'm visualizing a triangle like this, and I'm starting at the right corner, okay, there's my big inward strike with my right stick. See, that backhand sets up exactly like it did when we were doing a 4 count. Backhand inward, okay? But now I've got an added 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's that little second strike in between, right? See, the backhand is still timed on this the same way, and I'm still trying to time my left inward strike with my right foot stepping back. Here, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, inward, inward, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hit, okay, so again, this is very much right-handed oriented, right, 1, 2, 3, so if I can, I even try to whistle that, then I start, like what I was trying to say there, is I try to whistle that right hand strike first. I'm going 1, 2. Okay? Once you got that, you're going to try to whistle the left inward strike, which generally, if you're right-handed, is going to be weaker. Right? That's the goal, anyways, or the way I like to time that, and I'm sure I didn't come up with that. Probably Guru Dana Asano or Guru Rick Faye got me thinking of that. But again, that's not the only way to do this, right? But try that. If you've gotten past the 4 count and you know how to do the heaven 6, work this triangle, this what I call complete triangle footwork, okay? This might be the easiest because you don't have a partner, or it depends. Some people find this way easier to do with a partner, which I agree with, but get that into your solo training. That's great, great work, okay? Thanks, guys, for watching. Okay, we'll see you next time.